Hi there, this is Jonathan Ginsberg. I'm a Social Security disability attorney, and I'd like to answer a kind of an unusual question I got from a client the other day, and that is, when you're filing a Social Security disability claim, are you actually filing a lawsuit? Because again, you're coming to an attorney, and attorneys file lawsuits, don't we? So are you filing a lawsuit? Well, in reality, you're not filing a lawsuit when you file for Social Security disability. You're filing a claim with the Social Security Administration. It's an administrative claim. This is not, you're not having to sue the Social Security Administration or anybody else. You're simply filing a claim for benefits. You're asking disability to award you benefits in an SSDI case out of your earnings record based on your inability to work. So we're not filing a lawsuit. We're not engaged in adversary litigation. We don't have anybody on the other side. When we go to hearings, for example, there's no attorney opposing us. It's just the judge who's kind of like an officer for Social Security disability. So it's not really adversarial. And when you get to disability, if you get to a hearing, you'll see everybody's very friendly. It's not at all contested. We have to, again, prove our case, and the judge can sort of take on the role as the representative for Social Security, but this is not a lawsuit. The rules of evidence are relaxed. The rules of procedure are relaxed. The court said situations much different. For example, most disability hearings are done in an office building. Social Security has a suite of office spaces. In an office building, it's not done in a courthouse most of the time. The judges are allowing photocopied evidence and letters, things like that, that in a state court or superior court you could never get in. Again, it's much, much more relaxed, and we're simply there to prove or to argue that your capacity to work has been so reduced by your medical issue you would not be a reliable employee at work. So this is not about proving anything beyond that. So in that sense, the scope of the inquiry is much more limited. The formality is much less. There's no bailiff in the courtroom. There's not a lot of formality with disability. You do want to call the judge your honor and dress nicely, but it's much more informal. Many times I will write a pre-hearing brief and send it to the judge ahead of time. I may talk to the judge ahead of time. So it's very different than regular court. So you're not filing a lawsuit. You're not engaged in litigation. No one's going to counterclaim you. You're not going to get in trouble for it. This is simply, we're trying to prove that you are unable to work because of a medical problem. And if we can satisfy Social Security's definition of disability, then we win. You get your disability benefits. If we don't win at a hearing, the next step is to go to something called the Appeals Council, which again is a bunch of administrative law judges in Virginia. They're looking for an error of law. We still are not in regular court. Only if you lose the Appeals Council and take it to the next step would you go to district court, where you'd actually be in federal court before a judge, and things get a lot more formal, a lot more complicated. But at the hearing level, it is still administrative. It's pretty low key, and there's no reason to be embarrassed or freaked out or upset about what's going on, because you're simply there to tell your story. You are being sworn under penalty of perjury, but again, this is a chance for you to tell your story. And again, the main issue is whether you have the capacity to work any type of job, simple entry-level job, full-time. That is the only thing we're trying to prove when we get to a Social Security disability hearing. So hope this has been helpful. Any questions, please let me know. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up on Facebook. Like us on YouTube. Like us on Facebook. And any questions, please let me know that as well. I'm Jonathan Ginsberg, and I'll see you next video.